Welcome back to the After Fish After Show. I am the Great Went, joined by T, and Ghost Llama joined us tonight. He liked the show so much, he said, I'm coming on.
Llama!
Have to on the Coast shows, right? There's no excuse. They end a little earlier.
Yes, and it's a Saturday night. You're not working tomorrow. You have no excuse.
Yeah, that's right. I have no excuse.
Everything's right. It's Saturday
So
night.
remind me where you are on a slow llama like they did last night.
Oh, I'm fine with any llama, man. I'm
Okay.
all llamas are acceptable.
Any llama.
Any version of llama is acceptable.
Yeah.
I like it.
I hear you.
I like it.
All right. Do we just jump in? Do you want thoughts? Do you have an overarching?
Well, llama's here. You can stretch it out a little, Kev. Don't rush through it.
What's your story? What's your story for tonight? Because you like to talk about a story.
My story is.
What was your automobile of jam?
I would say the story is the first set to me. That first set is the story, I think. Second set was good. Few songs got out there and were like that. Mercury was proper, fine, like a real proper Mercury. Soul Planet had a nice jam. But yeah, I think the story is the first set I really like. I really, really enjoyed that first set. Llama, what'd you think?
I like the return to a traditional mics.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
that was nice.
Yes.
It's nice. I like the bust outs. It's always nice to get a couple bust outs, and that's been a recurring theme this tour. So it's always kind of fun to see, like, what are they going to pull out next?
It is, right? And like as they just keep pulling them out, you're like, yes, oh, that one, yes. So yeah, I agree. Totally.
Or,
we knocked what 2 tonight off they haven't been played in 4.0 list, and that's 3 on the tour: Rocky Top, Jesus, and Carolina. Nothing could be finer.
Nothing could be finer.
Second Moment Ants out of 3 that opened the show instead of being a little later in the set, and this probably the best one so far. I mean, really, they gave this enough room to breathe, and they let it get out there. I think Mike, again, out of the box, shining.
Yeah, I feel like Moma in the 1 was weird. I responded to your skeet on Blue Sky that Moma in the 2 or get the fuck out. Like, it belongs in the 2 slot. It's a weird opener. I'm sorry. It's just weird. Like, it's weird.
Lead off.
It's not a lead off. Exactly. It's like a second or third. It's a 2 slot is what it is. It's the 2 slot song. So it was good where it was tonight. What?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's moving into the 1. It's creeping into the 1 is what you're saying, Kev? Oh, man. I don't know. 14 minutes was great. It does its job. It's just not my opener. Like, I want Jim there. I want Landlady. I want Buried Alive. I want AC/DC Bag. Those are my openers.
How about
like
NICU?
NICU is perfect in the 2 slot, but if you slid it down to the 3 spot, it would be just as perfect there with a great opener and then Moma and then NICU. So
what about the NICU?
Flipping the 2 won't help.
Well, yes, because you get a better opener. Like if you got a Jim, Moma, NICU, you'd be like, oh, that was fantastic.
Right. I'm saying if you just take the 2 songs tonight and flip them, and you got NICU first, and then is it still bad?
Yeah.
So it was a pretty weak 1-2 punch.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was like we've been craving it in NICU, and Trey not playing it as often as they used to, which we'll get to in a minute because Kevin and I had a theory about that at intermission. But I feel like I would rather have it in the 3 spot because it was a weird 1-2 punch. Like, and then you get Jesus after that, which is a fantastic bust out, but it really set this tone of like mellow, nothing jammy.
Oh my God, what are you talking about? That was straight fire.
Yes, but it was like mellow fire, Cav. It wasn't like this raging, like what we're used to with these like come out of the gates like ripping.
Burn. It's a slow burn.
It was like funky bluesy Phish. Like Jesus was the best bluesy Phish. Like that little 8-minute jam was fantastic. So yes, those 3 songs just was a weird combo of songs.
With that, with the Jesus, with what Trey did in that, and all the almond stuff over the past 2 summers, he's under the influence of Dickie Betts. I think Dickie Betts' ghost is like haunting him or something there. I don't know. I know that Jesus is a ZZ Top song. Don't add us, please. I'm just saying the blues thing.
I don't know, Kev. Yes, I agree with all of that. The bluesy Phish that he took over, like we were talking about the other night, that sort of Mayer, like we talked about with Dead and Co, Mayer and the Blues. This was that, and Page was so on fire in that Jesus. Like, I mean, just he was an all-star tonight. I thought, like, he had some moments tonight that were fantastic, and like I don't want to skip over that NICU because that's one of my favorite songs, and so getting it back tonight was huge and felt so good to hear it.
It's only been a year, man.
Yeah, but a year, like that song. Come on. I mean, I don't know. I'm so glad that the last time I think I even had it was that fall 21 at the Chula show, which is why I'm wearing my Piper shirt from Chula tonight. But that NICU Fest show was like fantastic. They just don't give it enough love.
All right,
these days.
Fair. Can I tell everybody who's giving me a hard time to look at your calculator for what the divided symbol is on your calculator?
It's just the line. It's just the line. The divided is just the line. You got the percentage.
You got percentage, Sky.
That's divided. That's what we use for divided.
You're calling it but that's more like this, where like the two dots are straight above the division sign. You're trying to be clever and witty. I know where you're going, Kev.
No, I'm not. I'll show you tapes. I could pull out boxes of tapes where I put that every time. And I just did it because it was shorthanded. Didn't realize when I put the set list up because I don't need the harassment from the peanut gallery out there.
No harassing Kev.
So Divided Sky was really probably the best one in a long time. I feel like this one, you got a lot of that. The Weekapaug, the Hood, I think are really high ranking versions for where we are in their career.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Divided Sky. Again, getting it. That's the second one I think of tour now, right?
Yeah.
It makes such a difference, right? Getting the first one out of the way is what we always talk about. You're like, yes, get into the next one and like let's see where it goes, or like how much have we practiced it over the time. And this is a perfect example of that. 15 minutes. Perfect.
Can I just say though, it's wasted in an indoor venue.
Oh.
But you're gonna complain about indoor Phish? I hear you. I hear you totally. Everyone gets so mad when we complain about indoor Phish.
Right.
No,
it's the perfect
sunset song, right? That's an outside song, right?
And you know what? Where they did it tonight in the set, if they were outside, the sun would have been setting. So
exactly.
Ray was very aware. Yep. All right, we got the Destiny Unbound. People are huge fans of Destiny Unbound. We haven't gotten one. We haven't talked about one in a while. So I'll just say that I feel like there was a reason they stopped playing it in 90, 91, whenever they stopped. And what did you guys think? It had a nice jam in it. Very widespread panic to me.
Yeah.
Mike flubbed the lyrics in the beginning.
He did. There was a little bit. There was some senior moments. I think, Kev, if I want to go back and change to my theme of the night was senior moments, I think is what the theme really was. Like if we break it down, there was some heavy senior moments going on out there tonight. But still just in fun, right? Like just, whatever. Yeah. Mike did screw up the beginning. Kev, I think to your point is valid. Like Destiny Unbound used to be one of those songs we'd clamor for and be like, oh man, it's blah, blah, blah. And these days you're kind of like, okay. Okay. Like cool.
Can I flex one Destiny?
Of course.
Unbound?
Oh yeah, give us your flex. Yes.
I have seen a Destiny Unbound in 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and 4.0. So I think I know of what I speak.
His destiny is not bound by the decades.
Yeah, it is not. All right, the best song on their album Evolve. Probably the best song that Trey has written in a long time. Monsters is just a beast.
A monster.
I didn't want to say it.
I know you didn't. I know. I saw you not. I saw you trying to turn that left real quick. Yes, I know.
What's another word for monster?
It's a beast. I agree. Just fantastic lyrics and then fantastic jam. One of those. what they're doing with these 8-minute jams right now, I think we talked about this a couple years ago, Kev, when we were talking about the sort of the micro jams in the 6 to 8 to 9 minute range and how good those were and how much they compacted into how much they got into those. That I feel like we're kind of getting back to that. Some of these 8-minute, 9-minute songs, like we'll talk about with even the 12-minute gin later, was just fire.
Arena rock at its finest.
Really is. And Monsters is such a great song to like take out there. It's one of those, again, we can make that whole set, almost a whole show of dark, evil Phish songs. And this fits perfectly.
I wonder if it's even, if this is the first time it's been in the first set. I feel like it's always shown up in the second set.
I don't know. I can look real quick. Llama, what do you think?
I think it's a good, what do you call it? Like a cruise control for a jam or something. Like, it's a good like method of jamming, or what's the term?
Jam vehicle?
Yes. Yeah, jam vehicle. Yes. Yes, I could not remember the word vehicle.
Kev, what were you asking? Set 1 or 2? It's appeared in set 1. This was the third time it's appeared in set 1. Okay. So only twice before this.
I like that. I like that answer, Brandon. That is solid take. Well, I thought
that's true. And you can, that's part of the non-slow build pipers is like he gets into the lyrics so fast so they can get into that jam section of it.
Right.
You know, and Plasma. Okay, so what do you think? Plasma 13 minutes. After that, Monsters. This was our little 4.0 break of the set.
I love Plasma. I thought it was an NICU reprise at first, but that's
so I think if you're gonna drop in 2 songs, these are 2 songs that fit very well into this set. That's all kind of 1.0 love anyway.
Set was fire. End of the set was solid.
It was fantastic. Really and this is what I mentioned a minute ago with NICU. I think it doesn't get as much love anymore because Plasma is kind of that new version of it. It sounds like it at the beginning. It kind of has that element in it because you remember when they used to kind of jam out NICU a few times and it had that jam. It sounded like a Plasma jam.
Yeah, right.
Totally. So I feel like Plasma's kind of NICU 2.0, but played. So it'd be like Phish 4.0 playing. Right. It's like NICU 2.0 and 4.0, which is sort of Plasma now. So
it's like Ghost and Santos or Bowie and Maze or what's the one that sounds like Wolfman?
That mirror to it, but a great jam. I mean, such a fun song, and this 8 minutes and this 13 minutes of Plasma Monsters was fantastic.
The well sounds like Wolfman's Light.
Until I love how it's like I'm listening to 2 different conversations between you two. Like
that's what happens.
Travis is over here talking about one thing. Kev's over here wondering about what one's like.
Kev's drinking natty lights and like loading one hitters and just throwing softballs out to see like what anybody can talk about.
Yeah.
Where are you on Plasma? I know what your backstory is. You found Phish through Trey. Was Plasma on that album that you first got into?
I don't know. I think so.
What album was that?
His self-titled one.
Oh, right.
Or the self-titled one, right. That had Alive Again on it, and solid album. That's got to be number 1 for a solo song.
It's a great album. Pulling it up right now.
Alive Again is a fantastic song, and I'm glad it never migrated. That or Kane Review. They both need to just stay where they are.
Yeah, I agree. Those should stay with over there. But the back end of a
Plasma's not on it.
Okay.
So it didn't come over with that. But still solid Llama, like right?
No, it's a solid set 1 song.
Yeah.
Like, to your point, it's like kind of doing what NICU used to do. Like, I'm trying to think of like another example of like a more recent song.
Plasma is Phish jazz.
Yeah.
And I got an agree from Jason. That's unbelievable.
I know. Wow. Things are happening. Jason's agreeing with you. That's crazy.
The moon is waning.
The daddies too.
That's it.
I'm not drinking the natty daddies. I'm drinking the
Let's
lights.
talk about this gen real quick here. God, okay. I mean, this thing was electric. Just 13 minutes. I even thought it was shorter than that.
Better than the opener the other night. Didn't they open with it, or it was in the 2-spot one night? Yeah, I think
better than the other version the other night by far. Like by far. Like that jam, it just got there so quick and then just kind of stayed there and just, I mean, rocket launched, blast off, and then just talk about screaming through space. That was like screaming through space in that first set jam. Like that was fantastic. Like, I just, loved it. Like just unbelievable. Fantastic way to end that. Fantastic way to end a fantastic first set.
Yeah.
Set of the tour. First set of the tour.
Mine, I've said that like the last couple of nights. They just keep getting better. But tonight was
Pittsburgh. I'm still on Pittsburgh. I'm still on the Pittsburgh tip.
Yeah. Okay. Tonight
I'm like
was
fries on a sandwich. I'm just there.
Tonight I really felt like was all killer though. Like all that 1.0 love, and then the 2 4.0s didn't break the stride, and then you got a gen to close it. So yeah, I give tonight probably the highest marks for the first set. That's where I'm at. Clean it up. Clean house, Kev.
Clean house. Tomorrow we're gonna do this again. We have the member hang. Monday I'll do the morning show. I'm really gonna get up and do it after tomorrow night's show. Next week on Tuesday, we are dropping an interview with Brad Serling from Nugs. We got to speak to him about 2 weeks ago. Some great stories. You should really check that out. And next week is more Phish. We're back on real Phish schedule now. None of this nonsense with
3 days Wednesday off, 2 days off,
or Tuesday, right? Kind of craziness. Only Friday, Saturday shows. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment. All right, we are back. All right, Lama, you take it off with mics because you said the exact right thing before we came in about mics.
Oh man. So when they first played mics, I had a little apprehension, right? Of like, oh, what's gonna go in the middle? Because like at this point, it's been a minute since we had a traditional mics, right? So when I heard hydrogen, like it just made it that much better. Like I was like, yes, this is the way that like I'm used to it. It's the way it should be, like every once in a while, it's fine to throw in something else and not against it, but it's just been too long since I heard the traditional version, I guess.
The pure form, the way it should always be. Oh God. It even got a little bit of it got a nice little jam before we dropped into hydrogen, which was fun and kind of left you a little curious. Like, where are we going? Is it going to be like, are we going to drop back into this, or is Trey taking us like for a walk and we're not coming back into this song until later in the set? But he did a really good job of kind of like getting that peak out of the way, getting through it, and then dropping back into the best, but like where we get the drop. And I know on the Discord we were talking and somebody mentioned that all mics should be a little bit dirtier and grimier, and I agree with that. But tonight was it was a kind of nice little departure. That little jam that we got going into that middle section was really kind of fun and kind of like set it up nicely, I thought. And then the drop into hydrogen was fantastic. And then coming into Pog. What'd you think of that Pog, Kev? What'd you think of the speed tonight?
Weekapaug is back. It's back, baby. I mean, they got right after the first verse, the first vocal section, they got into something real interesting.
Yep.
They pushed it out a little bit, found their way back, ended it correctly. I mean, it isn't you're never going to get a 93 Weekapaug that you have a neck strain after listening to again, but this was as good as you're getting, and I just hope this bodes well for the future of Weekapaug as a franchise.
Yes, and that jam you got in it was fun because I told you on messaging that I was like, "What'd you think?" And you're like, "It felt faster." I was like, and I think that jam helped speed it up or help make it feel longer and faster instead of just dealing with like the Pog structure the whole way through. You kind of got that outside jam, which elevated it, I feel like. So,
right.
And how, and Mama mentioned at the top, well, I guess it was in the green room, that Mike kind of flubbed the beginning of Mike's song too. Yeah. So another senior moment. Okay. That's two for Mike and two for Trey coming up.
All right, here's our lead into the Mercury, and yes, to boot, you know it. Well, I kicked myself for years ago not making the Fishman Roadie account, and then anytime it got played, he just put yes. That's the only thing it would have ever posted was yes when Fishman actually.
But every show post a picture of it sitting there, right? Like every show you have, like you'd post a picture of it sitting there, and then
yes, we did it. And you know what else is back is Mercury. My God, that was such an incredible jam they did out of it. Just it makes you wonder why it isn't always like that.
Right? Like we've talked about that with the last one too, kind of built up a little bit, and we were like, oh, maybe Mercury's returning to form because this one felt like we were getting somewhere. And then tonight, holy for moly's, like, oh my gosh, yes.
2001, Plasma, Weekapaug, there were all these things going on in there. It was
a crazy 19 minutes of incredible. Like I was even distracted doing other things, like enjoying the show in the background, and was like, wait, are they still in Mercury? They are, right? Like, holy smokes, like this thing is shredding right now. And yeah, and then realized, I was like, man, I haven't even really been kind of paying attention to it, but this is fantastic. So what a moment. What a Mercury. Bring it back like this. Like, why not always? The potential's there. It's just like that first set, Kev. I texted you. I was like, so they can play 45 straight minutes of 1.0 goodness without fail. So it's there. It's in them, just like this 19-minute Mercury. It's there.
I feel like this is going to be a case of the twist. You got the Mercury. They took it out there. Now Mercury's going to return to what you normally get. So
9
you
minutes.
have to really appreciate the moment there.
What do you think of Mercury?
The dark stuff that they get into, the dirty stuff that hasn't been there as much in the past few years.
I prefer it. Get darker, get dirtier, like get more existential with the music. Like, see how grimy we can get that Mixolydian scale. Let's go.
Right. They still need. They will do this.
The mix it up again scale. Yeah.
The mix it up again scale. Yes. Yes.
Oh, witty Kev.
No, I just can't pronounce shit. All right. So
what can't you not pronounce?
I just, my brain doesn't work all the time pronouncing stuff. I just don't see it right in my head.
Especially names. As we know.
Yes, names I have trouble with, like, because I'm like, is the U or the E first? Because they're going like this. Soul Planet. Why did you have to play Soul Planet for 3 minutes and go back into the Mercury jam? I feel like it hit that Soul Planet. The jam out of Soul Planet might have been the best 6-7 minutes of music the whole night. I mean, they were just on fire with that, but I'm like, it's got to be one of the 10 dumbest lyrics ever written.
It was right back to that Gin Jam. I felt like that. Yeah. The Soul Planet Jam and the Gin Jam were very similar in the way, like the rocket fuel just fucking was and fucking pedal to the floor. Hold on, like fantastic. But yes, dude, like. I don't know. We talked about it the other night. They needed to play it. It needed to come out. I guess this was where it needed to fit in. And
have they done Set Your Soul Free yet?
No,
because that's due like a rabbit.
Totally. And I bet that's going to get the treatment too. That's going to get an insane 20
minute jam. That's the call for tomorrow night is
for sure.
Set Your
Soul.
Soul.
I mean, I don't.
Chicago Set Your Soul Free.
Oh, okay. I like that. All right.
That's a long way away.
I mean, I'm not going to trash Soul Planet because, like I said, there's something for everybody. Everybody loves there's whatever. If you like that song, awesome. Like, it's always got a good jam. You know what's coming. So it's like Ruby Waves. If you can get through the Prison of Lies and you get into the jam, you're like, woohoo, here we go. So, yes. Good. I don't have a problem with it. Go.
Oh, man. Some stuff like Rift, you let him in the Songwriting Hall of Fame. Other stuff, you're like, dude. Come on. Joy, if everyone doesn't know, Tim really likes Joy, and I'm very happy that they played Joy and he was there. And
I said that too in the Discord. I was like, oh, Tim will be happy he got a Joy. So Good for him.
It's not that bad a
choice,
song,
yeah.
actually. It really isn't that bad of a song. It's just not what I want to hear, I guess. It's just
tough,
not
man.
my vibe.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like that's one of those set killers. You either love it or you're like, oh boy, and or get too emotional, which I don't really like to get that emotional in the middle of the set where I'm like raging after Mercury and Soul Planet. I'm like, oh man, now I'm gonna. So yes, that's where I would run to the bathroom for sure and probably grab a pretzel.
See, I like Joy. To me, that's I don't know. Like, it's got special connections to me as far as like what the song means and helped me get through times. Like
For sure.
I don't know, and
sure.
like it just reminds me of like them getting back together in 09 and
Yeah.
Well,
And I'll take it.
I think it's an age thing. It's got to be an age thing too.
Probably,
because
Kev.
if you're older, when they got back together, it was no big deal. You're like, Phish is getting back together. How long is that going to last? What, another 2 years?
Right.
We never thought we'd be sitting here 16 years later.
It's true.
And
it's
with
true.
a hood that.
Well, I will say this though about Joy is there are way worse songs to fill that spot, that emotional spot that Trey likes to get into, like Drift, like other songs that I could complain about. Like for you, Lonely Trip, Kev, like there's those kind of songs that fit in there. So in the overall picture,
like Clarence Carter song, Slip Away. So I just close my eyes and imagine Clarence Carter up there playing guitar.
So yeah, I mean, Joy, it whatever it's emotional. So yeah.
Right. But this hood, oh my God, another standout version. When you look back over, 4.0 and you look at different hoods, this one was just, and I think it's them being together. Every night they get together and bro out, Mike and Trey do for a moment. And I just think that adds so much to the sauce,
I don't think I've ever heard a bad hood. Like that's probably like the most consistently good song that I've heard.
And it always gets you there. It always has, you always know the first
you get your white lights.
Yeah, and you get the bliss, just like Reba. You always get the bliss jam. You get the feels, the everything. You just wonder how far is that jam going to stretch out at the end? Like is it going to be 14? Is it going to be 10?
It was a slow build hood. They took a little bit extra in the beginning there.
A lot of extra, because I think Trey thought it was going to be the last song of the set. So he was like stretching it out and playing it.
He couldn't read the clock right or something. Something had to happen because we'll get to it, but that was weird.
Yeah, because I think he was building this to be the final song because he put a little extra juice into it and took it out to 14 and then got done. And I think, like said, the reflex was just sort of like, thank you, everybody. Good night. And he's like, oh, wait, maybe not.
He's done that recently, though. He's done that another time recently.
Yeah.
He's done that within the past year again. Are we having senior moments?
Well, could he just be saying, hey, good night, last song? And you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Well, that's what I thought. I texted Kev. I was like, wait, what just happened? And Kev's like, senior moment. I was like, okay, I thought I imagined that because I thought maybe he was saying that, but then they didn't go off stage because they had to get the encore in really quick. And we're like, let's just play it real quick. But then it wasn't that. It was literally the end of the set. So like, it was just a total.
It's muscle memory. It's muscle memory, man. Every time they do hood, they close the set. So he did what he always does.
It was over.
Thank you so much. We love you. We'll be back soon.
It's funny.
And then we got Walrus. The Walrus was sick. Just sick.
It was great. It was a great version of it. Great version of it. We were at one together, Kev, in Vegas at the animal show, Halloween.
No, I wasn't there. That was the night before. I hadn't.
Oh, you weren't there yet?
Yeah, I wasn't there yet.
I've
never seen a walrus.
That was fun. This one got there 9 minutes. This one was tight. I mean, they really
dirty.
Yeah, it really had a fun moment in there with it. It was awesome. Like great bust out. Fantastic way to end the show after ending the show. So great extra song to cram in there.
Great choice for what do we do? Oh, wait a minute. We have 10 more minutes, 9 more minutes. What do we do to pull that out of your hat?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Maybe it was planned and he just forgot. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to play this. Yeah. That's what I meant to say. Thank you. But yeah, another jam that kind of went hyperspace frantic, just like it was kind of that theme with those jams tonight in those like when they let loose that Gin, the Soul Planet, and kind of in the Walrus too. You got those rocket fuel jams.
Do you think they put hard limits like time wise on the jams to see how far they can take them within a short amount of time? Like they'll be like, hey, we're only going to take this Soul Planet to 12, 15 minutes, right? So see how far we can go in that time.
I think it's the whim of Trey. I think it's the whim of Trey. He's like, all right, I'm done with this. Let's move on.
And he's done with
even though he looks over at everybody. He looks and sees where everybody is. Right. And then but sometimes he's the leader. I mean, he's the leader of the band.
But I think that's an interesting question, though, Llama, because
he's the leader of the band.
That's right. Who's the Walrus? I don't know, Llama. I think that's an interesting question, though, because maybe that is what happens in some of those smaller ones. Like he knows, okay, I'm only going to give this 9 minutes, but I'm going to rip it or get to this point in it before, and then know that that's where I want to pull out of it. You know what I mean? Maybe he goes into it and he's like, okay, at 7 minutes in this Piper Jam, I'm going into Numberline because that's where the peak is that I want to pull out of. So maybe that is in there predetermined. I don't know. I always looked at it like, no, he went into it, and then in the middle of playing it would be like, oh, you know what? I think it's time to like left turn here and play it. But maybe there's more to like what you're suggesting. I never really thought of it like that. So
it's like fun from like an artistic kind of challenge,
right?
To be like,
can I paint within this box that I know I have to be inside of, and how much can I get colored into it before I have to move to the net? Like, yeah, totally. Something to think about. Think about that more on those shorter jams now, and be like, was that planned more or what? Yeah. So that's cool. All right, acapella. What do you think they were going to play when they stepped up? Grind.
You knew it. It was another. No, you knew it was going to be that. They hadn't played it in 4.0 yet. The last time they played it was in North Charleston in 19, the 6th maybe, one of those shows back in 19. And if somebody on the rail did not yell Freebird at them, why are any of those people on the rail? Oh, did we freeze up T?
Oh man, yeah, you froze T.
Oh no,
froze up on us. It happens. It was cool. Good for them. I knew it was going to be. I mean, I didn't know, but if they're in South Carolina and they're breaking the mics out, nothing could be finer. You know,
nobody could be wiser.
I was hoping it would be that Michigan J Frog song.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Yeah.
Send me in. They should have done a whole encore of just acapella tunes, done like 4 or 5 of them, and skip the SANTOS.
The SANTOS, it sounded like a ghost. It sounded like a SANTOS.
Well, I think all SANTOS sound like Ghost in the beginning now. It's one of those, you know.
I don't know. That really sounded like it, though. That really had like the dun, dun, like the beginning of Ghost. And you're like, okay, Ghost. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, that's not Ghost. Like in the middle of kind of where that was going. So I don't know.
I mean, they left like 8 minutes on the table, but I figured they were going to do SANTOS and then we'd get like a more or a Life Beyond a Dream or something tacked on the end.
Can't be slow though. Life Beyond a Dream would have to go before it. Like you can't end with Life Beyond a Dream. So it would have to be like
Garcia always ends
come back tomorrow.
One.
Right. You could have done like SANTOS into like 2001 or something and like really just knock that out or something. But yeah, I was kind of surprised you didn't get the Triple Encore on a Saturday night. So, but what a fun show. Totally solid. Like great jams in that second set. The pure mics like Llama talked about. Great first set. Probably my favorite of tour so far. And just a lot of fun. And Llama's here tonight, which makes it even more special.
Yeah.
It's just a really
thank you, Llama, for joining
really fun
us.
show all around. Like I had a good time.
Even though I don't contribute much to the show.
That's all
just
right.
Having you here is a contribution. Just you being here is all we need.
Without you in there in the beginning, we wouldn't be here. Without you there in the beginning, we wouldn't be here. Yeah. No shit. That's straight up. All right, guys. Like,
it's
subscribe,
funny.
become a member. We got lots of big news coming out soon. We'll see you tomorrow night.